project. Yeah, thank you so much. For recording. So, what you're seeing, what you're looking at is called a swim lane. The reason it's called a swim lane is like it looks like a swimming pool. You know, don't share it. But the reason we have swim lanes is because it helps us have a connection, an easy connection and flow between each of the departments that will be interacting on each of the interactions that will be happening, the user journey, how the users will interact with the Aja, Abigail. Are you Abigail or like,
Abigail.
okay, Abigail.
Sorry, just I was just logging into that link that you just shared.
Mhm.
Um, and I logged in, but then it asking me, tell me about your team and what
Yeah,
kind of
just put
work do you do?
random stuff.
Random stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, no problem.
yeah,
Thank you.
like it doesn't matter. Yeah. Just put random stuff like about someone and everything.
That's fine. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So, I was explaining, we have this swim lanes to give us an easy interaction for the user journey. So, the last time we had a conversation, I was explaining that you can use this is a visual that you can use to um, help your stakeholders to get sign up from stakeholders as well because the visual is showing the user journey, how the users will interact with each other, with the system, and how each of the features will interact, not necessarily the features, but like how each part will flow into each other. So how the customer will interact with the system and all of that. So there are times that like this particular swimming, um I've not done anything. I just typed swim lane diagram into Neuro and then it gave me this one. But we're going to edit it and work through it together. There are times that you might not need more than just two swim lanes. There are times that you need about four swim lanes. It depends on what you are what the project is about and what you're developing. So for this one, they have about four, but I think we need just two because of the project. If we're going for the money management project, except you guys have any other projects in mind, I cannot do your project that you've been assigned to. Anything outside your project, anything outside the project that you guys are working on, yes, you can suggest if you don't want us to use the money management. But yes, it's up to you. So these are departments, yeah, and this will I will talk us through what each of the diagram, I mean each of the shapes mean because the process in mapping processes we have different shapes to mean different things. And yes, so we need a project. If you guys want us to go with the money management project, I'm happy. Or if you want us to change it, we need to suggest a project.
I think that would
We
the
can
money
change it. We
manager
can have another.
money manager one can be used. However, I
Okay,
have a
we should do
question.
that. Okay, no problem.
Let us use money management.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, I
okay.
have a
I'm happy to
question.
use that. Yes, please.
Are we signing up or signing in?
On Miro.
Yeah, that link that you sent.
Oh
Is this
yeah,
to
you will
sign
need
up
to
or to
sign up.
sign in?
You
Sign
will
up.
need to, you don't have an account. Do you have an account?
No, I don't. But
Yeah,
when I
if you don't
sign
have an
up,
account.
it's talking about different region or a private organization. So it
Mm,
says sign up to a different region or a private organization. You've got the
I think
global.
you sign in, and then it should send you a link to your email address.
Yeah, but I don't have an account, so that's why I need to sign up.
I mean, I don't think I sign up. I just sign in, and then it just sent me a link.
okay, just try that also. Like just try to sign up and see what it will. Sign in and see what it will
Okay.
allow you.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. What I see on my own is create a team. Is it Jesse? I've been an Arsenal. It's
Yeah, that's
created.
the one that I seen.
Yeah,
That's
just choose a random team, man.
Yeah.
I just type any team I want. I just say synergy.
yeah, yeah. Just put your team. That's what I did.
As I said, everybody should
My own
just
team.
use. Everybody should use synergy 26, right?
Mm,
You guys are not
uh,
going to do it on this call anyway because you practice on your own, but yeah, it's good for you to like kind of create your account and even that. Okay, so we're doing the money management. Let's try and remember what are the features for money management.
So
Um,
sorry, where is the link? Where do you post it? I'm sorry. I'm taking you back.
in the
in the
chat.
Zoom chat. Zoom chat.
Okay.
I think one of the feature is fund my account.
Okay, I'm coming. I'm just trying to pull it up. Okay. Yes, okay. It's too many. Okay. Um, okay. So we have okay. So for the money management system, right? We have the customer and then we have the system because it's just the customer and system that are interacting with each other. System. Yeah. So we have the customer and we have the system because most of the actions will be between these two guys. It's an app, right? There is no we created it as an app. So it's not like sales department have to approve anything or another department has to approve anything. So it's just customer and system management. So, yeah, so if you go okay. Let me. So if you go to this plus sign, no, sorry, this. Okay, if we go to this sign on the Miro board on this side and click on it, you see diagramming shapes. So each of these shapes means something, and you're using this one, this um, this ones, yeah, this one. Um, each of these shapes means something when you are doing your professional. This means start, and we also use it for end. Okay. So we have start. We go for start here. And once you already have the first diagram, you start to change. So you see, if you over it, it says process. Okay, but you automatically give you the arrow, so you just change it to process. This is 5B, and then go to B to utilities. Yeah, that's right. All right. So now thinking about the fact that uh, I'm trying to get the all right, we're back. So let's think about what we did together, and let's walk through. We have different features. So what do you think will happen when a customer has his first interaction with the money management app? What's the first thing that the customer will have to do? Like, what's
Maybe
their first
sign up.
interaction?
Register.
Okay. Before they sign up, what do they do? Like, let's say now let's say it's a website, right? Or let's assume that the money management is a website. What's the very first thing before they even sign up? What do they do for it?
You
They
get the
log on to the
URL.
page.
I didn't get that thing.
Visit the website, land on the homepage, or the
Okay,
app.
yeah.
Visit the app, land on the app.
Okay,
Search
so
for it.
okay. All right, so we'll use this terminology. Navigate to websites or app, or it depends. If it's an app, you download it first before you can use it. This is very small. Can you guys see the wording? Can you see the
No, can't say. It's very
Very
tiny.
tiny.
unfortunately?
Just change the font.
What did you say?
Maybe you
I
can
didn't get
increase the font.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do.
I think
Just
because the page is at 35%.
no. Just click on the diagram. Click on the shape. I think you'll be able to.
Yeah, I've been
Or you can come
clicking.
come to the bottom right where you have the plus and minus. If you increase the more like you're
No.
zooming in.
Oh yeah, I already zoomed it out. Is it better now? I think it's manageable now. Can you guys see it?
Yes.
I think it's manageable now. Okay, yeah, this is what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the first thing is you navigate to the website, and um when a user goes to any page, for example, you navigate to the website, or you can say, aha, one thing I forgot to mention. When you are creating process map, we create high level and low level. And when most people hear high level process map, they think that, oh, it's very detailed, while low level is not detailed. But it's opposite in the DA world. It is when you hear high level, or in the tech space, when you hear high level, it means that they are not putting so many, it's not granular. They're not like the information is scanty, but it's not granular details. However, low level is to the granular details, like the minutest thing. And low levels are always very huge, while high level isn't as huge, but it doesn't mean that information is missing. It does not mean that you're just brushing through information. It's important to have information in high level, because anybody that picks it up should be able to understand what the process is about, or what the project is about. But it is not as granular as low level. Yeah. So that being said, we can either say navigate to website and then do browse website, browse through, because there needs to be a decision making. Browse through website. And then there needs to be a decision making. Ooh, why do you think that there needs to be a decision making? Anybody?
Could that determine where you're actually going on the website?
You know, the next step is to sign up, right? After you
Yeah.
browse to the website, you got like if you want to use the website, you sign up. But there needs to then be a decision making. Why do you think so? I'm going to explain it, but yeah, I just wanted to pick your brains to see.
I mean, if you are on the website, then depending on what on your choices, so you on your depending on your choices, then you just select the correct um feature of the website. Is that not what? Or maybe I'm getting you wrong. Sorry.
Mm, not really. So, whenever you're on a website, it's either you sign up or you don't, and that's a decision that you are making. So, the reason we don't, so in the when we do process mapping, when we are mapping process, we are going through a user journey, and we capture the decisions that they make. So, for example, if you are on a website, you can visit the website and you go through everything the website is about. When you are going through the website, you are trying to see if this is worth you putting your details in or not, right? So the decision that you are then making is, am I going to sign up on this website or I'm not going to sign up on this website? Does that make sense, Abigail?
Probably to determine the happy and unhappy part.
Yeah, there is that, but yeah, just to bring it to the simplest of terms is just to say, am I going to like, so we are not forcing the customer, or you're not forcing the user or anybody. Like there are times that you visited websites and people say, oh yeah, like you seen the ad of the website and then you visited the website and you don't end up signing up. You don't end up using the feature. You don't end up, that's a decision that you have taken. So every time you do that, we have to also capture that in our process too, because that is also a journey of a user. Yes, Abigail.
So basically, it is based on your on your choices because you view the website, you look at the website, and
It's
maybe
not you,
certain.
it's the customer.
I mean,
It's not
I'm
about
talking from
you.
the no. I'm talking about I'm talking it from the user perspective. That's what I'm talking.
Okay,
That's
okay,
how
okay,
I'm talking. Sorry. So I'm talking from the user's perspective. Now I'm not talking from the BA's perspective. So
okay.
the user had gone to the website, look at the website, depending on their choices or depending on what they want to achieve on the website, then they make a decision making. That's what I was trying to say earlier on.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're right. Yes. Yes. And there are so many other decisions that a user will make. So we get our decision box out, which is always represented as a triangle. And another thing I wanted to say is when you're creating process map, you start it with a verb, like an action word, and you don't write sentences like you don't write sentences, long sentences in these boxes. You just it's a verb, like you just showing the action that is being taken. Hi, Shamika. Let's go ahead, please.
Just a quick one. The decision box is a diamond, right?
Yes, it's the diamond. Yeah, good. This one. Can you guys post Let me see my PC. Yeah. Is it better? Is it better this way? I know.
Yeah, sorry, just take you back a bit. One of the decisions a user need to make, I just contribute that the accepting or rejecting the cookies.
Yeah, that's a decision, but not right now. Like not for right now. So let's just build up onto that. We may get there, we may not. But yeah, that's also a decision. That's a very valid decision. Thank you for that example. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So the decision that the user is taking at this point is to sign up or not. And for every decision box, you have to put a question mark. Sign up. So we have the yes and no. For every time you do, for every time you ask a question, you have to go for the yes and the no factor. I'm just going to do this. So if the user signs up, what do you think happens? Like what's the next action that don't happen?
Having no data,
Um,
personal data.
okay. When user sign up, I need a simpler, simpler thing.
Login.
Login.
Exactly. Sign up, enter details will do, I think. Just enter details because login is different from sign up actually. Login, you already have an account. Sign up, they're just creating the account. Enter your details, right? Enter details. Okay, this is our yes. So in the middle, just double tap inside the arrow that you use to connect and then write yes, because it's important for us to happen. Can you see how it came out? Let me zoom in. See, yes. And because we've created yes, we have to create no. So what do you think can happen? Like, what would be the no? What will happen? Let's say this user doesn't sign up. What can happen? Anybody? What do you think? What would be the no?
Leave the site.
Yes, that can happen, but what else can happen? Yes, it can be the end of their journey, truly. Yes. But what else can happen?
The sign
Can
up
decide to browse the
it
website.
might fail.
Yeah, that's true. Who said that? Yes, very much. Let's just assume that they keep browsing the website. So yes, I'm looking for a connector with more than iron. Iron. Actually, I know this iron to come this way. I'll look for an arrow. Just give me a minute. Let me look for an arrow on this. Um, um, yeah.
You can just type connector.
Okay, I'm going to connect. Okay. Hold on. Mm,
Scroll up.
okay.
You
Sorry,
want
I mean the space where you type the connector. You can scroll
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Okay. And what I want to actually do. It, I'm busy.
Try zooming in. Zoom in, then you see the plus icon.
What's that? Well, this is what I want to achieve. This.
Okay, you want to take it back to the process?
Yeah, I want to take it back to the first. I want to take it back from yeah. Because this is
Okay.
where our no is, right? Our decision. So I want to take it from decision back to yeah.
Connector that says, look at the first one, the first connector, that angular connector.
Yeah, that's what I'm using.
Okay, that's what you're using.
Yep, we did
Yeah.
it. Yes.
Yes.
Apologies. So the type no here because we're taking it back, and that's the beautiful thing about process flow. It's a very interesting zigzag journey of connecting different things just to show the user journey. It goes up, down, up, down. Now, thank you so much for helping out with this connected. Yes, so now the user has entered details. The next thing, it goes down to the system because this action, sorry, I didn't see your hand. Apologies. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the user journey. So if the user decides not to sign up, you can either browse through the website, or if there's a contact us, the user can decide to send a direct message. If there is an FAQ, user can also decide to go through the FAQs.
Plus, all of that can happen. And remember that I said that we are dealing with a high level patient now. If it was low level, you can include all of that, but this is very high level. So we don't need to include all of that into this flow right now. If it's high level, you can say no, browse through website, put another box under browse through, contact us, FAQ, read FAQ and all of that. So you can always do that. You can always do that with low level process map. But high level, we don't need all of that. Let's just we go with the most important. Yeah, that's the word. Most important journeys, and just use that to represent the user journey along the way. If that makes sense. Me.
Thank you very much.
Also, I wanted to show you something. So, for example, if you're going to do that, you use this kind of box to represent that because it's going to, this box represent that it's flowing from, like, this is extra from the browse websites. So you can do it because it's still part of browsing the website. All of these actions that you're talking about is still connected to browsing the website that the users can do. So when we say browse website is encapsulating all the other actions, all the granular actions, because there are many things that a user can do on the website, like whilst browsing to the website. They can reach out to FAQ, they can contact, they can send email, they can do many things without necessarily signing up on the website. So we use a shape like this to kind of capture processes that flow from a particular process when we are capturing the level. All right. Now the system responds because an action has happened, right? User has entered their details. So what will the system do? What will the system do?
Create the
Take you to
account.
login.
I didn't get that.
It takes you to the path to login.
Mm,
Create account.
okay, so let's think about. Sorry, Shanika, go. Go, Shanika.
Sorry, the system will store the user details and create an account?
Okay, yeah, yes, something like that. But I want a simpler. Okay, so the first thing that I want yes, create an account, yes, but let's think about it like this. When you visit a website, I want you to envision yourself visiting a website. When you try to sign up, when you click on the sign up button and then you enter details, what happens? Yes,
So when you click on create account, it sends a link to your email or wherever to verify, or you confirm that registration via a link.
but not every website does that. Yeah, that's valid, but not every website does that. Okay, I think let's go this way. So when you enter your details, are there times that what do you think the system is doing in the background? The system actually verifies to see if you fulfilled all the criteria. For example, that's why you see that sometimes the system comes back to you and say, "So, I mean, um, uh, you need to put special character." I don't know if that has happened to anybody. Password is too short. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, has that happened to anybody? Just respond.
Yes, but will that
Yeah.
not? But will that not constitute granular information?
So yeah, now there's a way to capture it. That's what I'm trying to get us to. Do you understand, Mike? Like there's a way to capture it. So there's a verb I'm looking for us to capture what the system is doing in the background. Not necessarily us saying, oh, this is what the system is doing, but there's a way to capture the action of the system. Does that make sense, Mike?
Yes. Will that
Yeah.
be process details?
Almost there. Yes, something
Yeah,
like that.
so it's validation, it validates the data.
Yes, exactly. That's it. Validate, verify. That's what I'm looking for. Validate, verify details. Let's go with verify because it's now the system will then make a decision. You see, that's why we needed to have this verify details. Right now the system makes a decision to check if the user has fulfilled all the criteria, all the logic that it needs to for, because there are sometimes the name you enter, for example, if you enter a particular name and that's not the kind of name the system accepts, or username the system accepts. So maybe a person enter sugar candy and username, the system can reject it and say, oh, because that's not the logic that the system is working. Like the logic that the system, upon which the system was created, wasn't that. So in the background, in the back end, what we don't see in the front end, now you guys have to start thinking like back end, like you have to think about the back end. That's the beauty of this. Like you need to think back end, not front end. What you see in the front end is what every regular user interacts with. You guys that will be the ones to write the logic for which the system signs up a user or not. Do you understand where I'm driving at with this? So that's the whole idea, and I think we are beginning to get it. So verify details. Now the system makes a decision. What decision is the system making? Anybody? What decision is the system making?
Accept it or
Or
refuse it.
accept or reject.
Okay. Accept or reject. Okay. Yes, the system will accept or reject. But what are we So what's the verb? What verb are we using for that to capture that decision?
Valid or invalid?
What's that? Okay, valid
Or invalid.
valid details.
Yeah.
Because if you just write valid, I don't know what you're talking about. Valid details, question mark. So what would be
Or validate.
No. The system is in decision, not in process. Process can be validate details, but now we are asking a question, like the system is making a decision and saying, is the details valid? Are the details valid?
Confirm.
Do you understand, Abigail? Sorry, 1 minute. Hi, Abigail.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. So the system is the one making a decision right now based on it verifying the details,
Fulfill
right?
requirements.
What did you say?
It could be a yes or no.
Fulfill requirements.
Let's just leave it at valid details, right? So it's verifying the details, it's asking a question. See, there's a question mark behind it saying, is the details valid? Valid details? Question mark. So let's just leave it at that. So that we don't complicate things. Yeah, valid
Or could it be
details.
a yes or no?
Yes, it must always, anytime you ask a question, it has to have yes and no. So that's the happy part we are talking about. The yes is the happy
Okay.
part, the no is the unhappy part. Do you understand that,
Okay.
Bimbola? Yeah.
Okay.
So the happy part and the unhappy part happens in the decision making side. If is a yes, that's happy part. Everything works because our assumption is everybody that comes to our website signs up, right? That's the happy part. The unhappy part
Yeah.
is we will have people that will not sign up, and that's why there is a decision. So if they don't sign up, they continue browsing. We have made provision for the unhappy part. Do you get? So we think happy part, unhappy part. Now, for the system, is the detail are the details valid? If it's a yes, what happens? If it's a no, what does the system request? Do you
Oh,
understand?
okay.
Happy part,
Okay, yeah.
unhappy part, happy part, unhappy part.
Yeah.
Always in the
Good.
decision making, that's where the happy part and unhappy part fall.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So valid details, if it's a yes, what happened?
Stores the
If it's a
user
yes, what happened? If
details.
the details are valid, what happens?
Create account.
Yes.
It stores the
Who said
user
that?
details.
Yes. Create
Then
account.
you're
Let's
allowed
just
to
look at
browse.
you have to make it simple and there's no sentence. You just say create account. Create account is awesome. It's a verb. It's starting with the verb, the action. Think action always. Create
Proceed.
account.
Proceed. Proceed. Give
Let's say create
access.
account. Create account is fine, I think. Or create I think create account is fine. Yeah. I
Authorize and proceed.
people are really people like very big things. I love it. I love it. I don't mind it. But let's keep it simple. Let's say create account. Create account is fine. First name is okay. Because not everybody will be technical. Remember that. Okay. Create account. Create account. Okay. Create account. Create account. This is the yes, right? This is the yes. Yes. If it's a no, what happens? If it's a no, what happens? Uh-oh.
Check
What have I
details.
done? Sorry. I'm so sorry. I've done something. Okay. Let me expand it. Wow. I'm still on one picture. Wow. Where's your leg? Okay, create accounts. If it's a no, what happens? We need to think about the no. What happens? What happens? If it's a no,
Check details.
okay, I will check detail. It's already checked it by validating. Yeah, validate details. You already checked. What action will the system take?
Reject.
Decline.
Reject. So let's think about it. Let's go back to us being a user and visiting a website and trying to sign up. When the system doesn't accept password or whatever you enter, that there's an error, what happens? What do you always see in the front end? What does the system display to you?
Error
Yes.
message.
Exactly. So is it that in the error message it asks you for something, right? It's asking for something.
Yes, input required fields again.
Exactly. So now the system will go back to the user and request valid detail. So the arrow will come back at user. I didn't know what you mean. Sorry. The arrow will come back to the user. Mm. Really sorry because I don't know why this stuff is national things. No. We can to close this card. Okay. Uh, oh dear God. I don't know. Does anybody know how to close this sidebar?
There should be a drop
There's,
down on the side that allow you
there's
to
something blocking. There's something blocking now. Okay.
so are you trying to close that those icon?
Yeah. Okay.
So I
I've
think I
figured
see it.
out for you.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. So the system is asking user to um okay. There's something that can happen. So our yes can go back to our no. This is a yes. We forgot to start there to our no can go back to enter details because it's the or display error message. And, Yeah. Okay. So the system displays error message. Um, display error message. And then the arrow goes back to I have to correct them. The arrow goes back to enter details because now is asking me to enter the right details anyway. So this is a no. No. Yeah. Uh, mm, okay. So yeah, we are in a good place. We're going somewhere. All right. Now account has been created, right? So what's the next thing that happens when account has been created? I think it goes back up to the user. What does the user do? Let's say the user, when your account is created, what do? You you log in, right? I hope you are still awake.
Yes, we log
Yes.
in back again.
Log in. So now the user does stop.
I mean, I think the once you sign up, you're now on the page, so you can, I don't know.
Yes, you can just do stuff. You can just do away with this login, right? Yeah. Once you sign up, your account is created. So what's the first thing you want the user to do? So we have features like fund my account, live chat, video tutorial on homepage, wallet displaying balance, type of investment, payment gateway.
I think customize the account, isn't it?
What's that?
You want
I
to
didn't get that. So,
customize
okay,
your um
customize account.
yeah.
Okay, not bad. I don't mind it. Customize account. But how about they watch the tutorial first to understand what they're about to do?
Like a prompt that says how it works,
What's that?
like a prompt that gives them like how it works.
A prompt or the video tutorial?
Yeah, some websites just give you prompts that just open by the side of the features.
Okay. But we didn't discuss that before in our money management
Oh, maybe I
meeting.
wasn't here, sorry.
Okay. 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 Let's say watch watch video watch video tutorial. Mhm. Then another process will then be customized account. So like the next process to do. This is not watching again. Okay. Please, no, open. With that. Where is my watching? All right. Okay. What video tutorial then customize the account? Customize account. Customize account. Then what happens next? After you've customized the account, what happens next?
Fund the account.
Fun, yeah, can happen, yeah. Okay. Fund my account. Okay, so the system. Oh, wait. Okay, after you've customized your account, you have to make a decision. Yeah. The fund my account has to do a decision because you can decide to or you can decide not to. It's not a by force thing. You get. So decisions are things that you don't necessarily have to do most of the time. You can choose to, you can choose not to. And we always have the apple and an apple app, like I explained there. Let's change this to a decision, but the diamond shape. Oh no. Oh no. There. So the decision will be fund my account, fund my wallet. Let's use wallet. Question mark? Do we want to fund the wallet? If it's a yes, what happened? If it's a yes, what happened?
Then maybe they can be asked to like put their account details, okay?
Okay. Let's see. Yeah.
It is
Okay.
to go to payment gateway.
Okay. Okay. So if it's a yes, system is the system that will do something. Yes. If it's a yes, the system does something. Why is it not working anymore? Let's go on. If I can to my connection, I can prefer. What is that connect? Okay. It's not getting not connected. Oh, no. Okay. Get it normally. Okay. Apologies, guys. My memory did a lot of wonders to me. I don't know why the connector stopped working. I don't know. Wow, the arrow is dancing like that. All right. So if it's a yes, display display payment dates. It's display payment date. I don't know what happened to my connector. And then Okay, just focus on it. Display payment page. Display payment page. Then what then happens? When the system display payment page, what happens? Who carries out the next action? Guys, are you still awake? Who carries out the next
That should be the
action?
customer.
Excellent. Yes. So what action will the customer carry out?
Input your card details.
Infuse card details. Okay. I think it should be select payment option
Payment
because
options.
yeah. Display payment page. You have the select payment option. Select payment option. Okay. Select payment option. And what's the next action the user will take? It will user from to take action.
Does the system not need to redirect to the relevant page for the payment option?
We're already on it's already displayed all the payment options. Like we've already displayed a payment page. So that would be repetitive. So it displayed the payment page, right? Now the user gets, remember we are using 𝐖𝐈𝐓. We are working with 𝐖𝐈𝐓. So the user, let me include you in front of this. Yeah. So it displays the payment page. The user select the payment option from the payment page. Display payment page. The payment page. User selects yes, so user selects payment option and then that then leads to an action. Yes, go on.
I think some payment options, even if you select them on some websites, it has to redirect you to that. I don't know, like sometimes PayPal does it, sometimes InterSwitch does it. So when you select that payment option, the system will redirect you to the. I don't know if you get what I mean.
I get what you mean. Yeah. Yeah. But when you select the payment option, you will enter your details first before you are even redirected to that payment page, like to that PayPal. So when if we go to a website, the system displays payment options. You select your payment option, and then or are you saying that the expectation is for the system to redirect you to like PayPal or because for me many of the websites that I use Google Pay sometimes. I use my card sometimes. I'm still on the website and then I enter my details. It's after I've entered my details, then the redirection happens.
Okay, because maybe those websites were not properly designed then. So when the user selects the payment option, so it cannot handle it. So it redirects the user to log in on that payment option website to enter the card details. And then when it's confirmed, it redirects you back to maybe it's a poor design of those websites.
I very much doubt it. I disagree because several websites cannot be poorly designed. Like the thing is, you also want to think about user experience when you are designing your website. If I'm constantly being redirected, I get tired. Why am I moving from one page to another page? Why am I not having? So anybody that is designing a website, I mean UX designers, they are thinking about the user experience as well. Even you as a business analyst have to think about the user experience. However, when you now finish, like if I finish on a particular page, I know that the system cannot, for example, many systems will want to verify with um the the particular user, or for example, if I'm using my bank card on a particular website, after I've entered my details, finish entering all my details, and then I say pay, it then connects with my bank using API to see if I'm going to accept, like just for scam protection, fraud protection, to see if I then approve the payment. That's when it redirects me to my bank and say, oh, approve payment. If I'm using Google Pay, it asks me to verify that I am the person that has entered the information. So I don't think several websites can be poorly designed. Like I prefer that as a user than to redirect me first out of the system completely, just because I to go and enter my details in PayPal first, then come back, redirect me. Like that's a lot. I don't want to use those kind of websites because that's a lot. That's not a great user experience on my end. And I'm sure it'll be the same for many people, especially in this generation that is very fast paced and microwave. Why you sending it to many places? I don't want. Let me enter my details. Then yes, redirect me. That's fine. But because I want to enter my details, you then redirect me first and then bring me back. For me, that to me though, it's not a great user experience. And that's why every one of us will have our different flavors, our different user experience. But at the end of the day, you take samples, especially as a UX designer or a product manager, take samples of what is in the market and then use the samples to then design. Like when I mean samples, not like take samples of humans, like have interviews, have conversations, understand the markets before you then start to design your product so that you average the experience of users and say, okay, this is people's preferences on average if they're interacting with the website. Yeah. Okay. That was a nice conversation. Huh? Yeah. I hope that makes sense. And I hope it
Yeah,
makes sense.
so like TikTok, for example, because I buy some things on TikTok, for example. TikTok doesn't take you anywhere. So you just click on it, it just gives you a confirmation that your money has been taken. And that's all.
Is that but to me? I feel like that's
Yeah.
just makes sense.
It's
Why
really
am
good.
I going
Yeah, it's really good.
everywhere?
That's really good.
Why am I going everywhere? Why? It's stressful. I don't even want to buy. I can change my mind. I don't want to buy in the dress place. I'm doing what do they call the name of this thing? Oh, I've forgotten. It's off flown off the top of my head. Oh yeah. Anyway, let's just assume that our website keeps people on the page and asks for their information first before we send them out of the page. So display payments, payment page, select payment option, we select the payment option. And after you have selected your payment option, so after you selected your payment option, you enter your details, enter because let's just assume we don't know if it's debit credit. This is not low level. If it's low level, we talk about all the kind of payment option that is on the page and because which one the person wants to enter. So yeah, going high level and those. So enter details. After you guys enter their details, now the system does something. What does the system do? What does the system do?
System will still verify and validate details if it matches the account.
Okay. What's that mean? Is everybody sleeping? It's like wake up. Wake up, people. Don't sleep on me, please. Okay. Verify. Oh, sorry. It's going to be a process first and then question. Verify details. I know progress map can do a lot. It can be very, very stressful, and you're really thinking on the goal. Yeah, you're thinking on the goal, but it's such a great tool if you figure out how to do it and how to use it. Like it's really awesome. It just really helps your um. It just really helps the entire project, and it's constantly um upgraded. You do version control on your PlayStation app because when you present it to the stakeholder can say, "Oh, no, this is this. Oh, let's change this. I don't like what this is, or the experience that the user will have on this part. Let's change it to this and like that." So it's a very, 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 very valuable tool. It's just that stressful, it's time consuming. But yeah, now like understand it first, then use AI. Like life has become easier to be honest. You can always you can always use AI to do this, but it's good for you to know it so that when you then put in the prompt and AI is not giving you the right thing, you know the exact prompt to put in that it can then produce something reasonable for you. So what happens? Verify details. What happened? What decision is the system taking?
The system is checking with the bank if those details actually exist and linked to those account details before it confirms and gives
Okay,
it
so what's the action word for all of that?
Verification.
Yeah.
Sir? Sorry. I didn't hear you. Sorry. I didn't hear the person that spoke. The last person that spoke.
Cross-checking.
Okay, yeah. You've used this word before. Don't be afraid to speak. Oh, nothing. No, there's no wrong
Verification.
answer. Verify. Is that what you said? Verification.
Yeah.
Cross-checking.
Okay.
Cross-checking.
Yeah. Yes.
Authentication.
Verification. Authentication. Okay. Let's say validate so that we validate detail. Sorry. Details. Details correct or something like that. Let's just use simple English. Details correct. All of this is the same. Details correct. If yes, what happened?
Then we proceed.
Takes your money and proceed.
Okay.
Sorry, is this process, are we trying to get money from the system or we are trying to put in money?
No, we're not getting money. So the process is you are funding your fund. That's what we're doing. We're
Your
trying to
what? Sorry.
fund our fund. We are trying to
Okay.
fund your wallet
Okay.
as a customer on the money app. Okay. Fund my wallet. We are funding a wallet and I'm making the decision to fund your wallet. Where's Lord? Don't call him. Okay, let's just continue. So I didn't reach the my God, we did, so that we didn't. All right. Okay, details correct. What happens if the details is correct? We search, it then
Credit your
goes
account.
ahead to what? I didn't get that sum up. Sorry.
Credit your account.
Okay, the system credit wallet. Okay. Credit wallet. Credit wallet. Credit wallet. This is yes, right? If the detail is correct, yes. If it's a no, um, if it's a no, what happens?
You start the process all over again.
Exactly. That's it. That's it. Like, if it's a no, we just ask the user to enter the say, yeah. So this is no. Don't forget to always type your no in between your arrow. Just double click and your no will be there. This is very timely. So yeah, it's good. And that is really fun. Thank you. Yeah, fun. Yeah. So how's your no? Okay. So okay. Credit wallet, this is yes. It was a no, start the process all over again. And then yeah, so you want to the future will what sorry, Nini, go ahead.
Okay, so can the system work like if the details are not correct or something went wrong with the processing? Yes, it will ask you to go back and restart filling your details. But can that same page where it redirects you say, okay, do you want to enter your details or you want to choose a different payment method?
Yeah, I mean it's still the yes, it can work like that. So we can either go to that's why this arrow is going back this way, right? The
Okay,
arrow is going back this way so that this whole process is happening again.
okay, it goes back to that box. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes back. Um, oh, gosh, I reached from the traveler. Yeah,
Select
it goes
payment.
back to the um start of fund wallet. Actually, it goes back to started.
Oh,
No, no,
okay.
no, 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 no. It goes back to. You can go back here,
Yes.
right? You can go back here and select the different payment option or it can just ask you to enter the correct detail, and you can, in that same page, you can, but it's the same loop. It's actually a loop. That's why this arrow is showing. Do you get?
Yeah.
This arrow is displaying a loop that is starting all over again. You can start from where one of the arrows are missing. Yeah.
Which one would you consider to be more like user friendly and efficient? Which box should we return to?
It depends on how you wrote the acceptance criteria. It all boils down to how the BAs are written the acceptance criteria. Yeah, for me, it should like enter your details, like enter correct details. You can then say, so on the front end, right? You can have a text. It doesn't take me away from the page where I need to enter my details, or it's the same page where payment options are displayed, right? I select the payment option, I enter my details. So it's still the same page. I can decide to use another payment method on that same page, or I can decide to just enter the correct details. Maybe I missed one number. So I'm still in the same space, not that's the best way is that's the most user-friendly option. Do you get?
Yes, just to be on the same page. Now, this select payment option, like to be on the same page with where you're re-entering your bank details. So if you
Exactly.
wanted to choose a different payment option, you can do that on the same page. If you wanted to re-enter
Exactly.
details, you can still do that on the same page.
Yes, yes. And that's why it's displaying as a loop. So this entire loop system. I'm
But
trying to
for a
feature
new,
this.
but for a fresh session, you would have the select payment option only before the bank details. But when you're re-entering details, that's when you're going to show the two boxes as one. Is that it?
Not necessarily. So from the when you say you want to enter your payment details, right? The page. So for example, you click on Fund My Wallet, it displays a page where there are several payment options, right? Whatever payment option you select, a box is displayed, a text box is displayed for you to enter your details under that payment option. So for example, if you selected PayPal, the box that is displayed for you is to enter your email address for your PayPal to be connected and the money to be removed from your PayPal. If you enter your debit or credit card, a text box is displayed on the same page. All these payment options are on the same page. So you are not moving out of that page. So it's a page displaying all the payment options, PayPal, Google Pay, credit or debit. If you choose to select anyone, it then opens up the text box under any of them that you have selected to enter your details.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, let me not worry too much about this perfection that is worrying and okay, credit wallet. So um, when
Wallet is
this
credited.
action, yeah, when this action is completed, thank you. When the action is completed, what then happens? I think the process will go back to the user.
Choose
What does it
investment
mean?
type.
Thank you. Choose select, sorry, use select because it's computer language. Select investment type. No valid. Select investment type. Then what else? What else does the user do? Select investment type. Invest. Oh, sorry. When they do this, the system does something. The system does something. What does the system do?
Shows your wallet balance.
Display investments. Display investments.
Options.
Options. Okay. Display investment options. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's do this one as click investments. Click, okay, select investment type, display investment option. Okay, navigate to investment page. Let's do it as navigate to investment page. Display investment option. Select investment. Select to fetch investment option, right? Select to fetch investment option. What else do they need to do? What else do they need to do on this page?
Perhaps they could make a deposit. I'm not sure.
We already funded the account. Sorry, me, girl. We already funded the account.
Yeah, but you're paying for the option. Are you going to deposit because you have a storage in your account for a certain amount of money? But are you going to pay for the investment option that you have selected? Or
Are you going to? So because your wallet is going to be taken out of your wallet. Okay. So
Okay.
whatever option you choose is just going to, like, whatever amount you enter. Okay, you can do that. You can enter amount and you're taking out the wallet. Yeah. Me.
Okay, so as a user, if you take money from my account into your wallet, I want to see the money in that wallet. So between credit wallet and when I pay for an investment, I want to actually see my dashboard.
That's why we said fund wallet. Yeah.
So
So
when does at what point within this cycle now does the system show me that money in my wallet?
credit wallet.
So will the dashboard be displayed to show me my wallet balance or something?
Credit wallet. So we said fund wallet. That's a feature, right? Fund wallet is a feature. That was the feature that got us to this point, right?
Okay.
So, and that's the journey. Remember that this is high level. That's the journey we go to, and then because we said fund wallet, right? We enter our details, blah 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 blah, blah, and then we landed on to credit our wallet because we've done all the right things. So when we credit our wallet, definitely the amount will be displayed in our wallet. It's credited the wallet, right?
So it goes to the dashboard at this credit wallet box.
Yeah, like
Okay.
That's now what you write in your user story, because this is high level. You are going to a stakeholder and presenting this journey. These are things you are going to capture like the most important details. You're not going, you now say display dashboard. That's already getting into low level. If you're writing your acceptance criteria, all of these should be captured. That after the system has credited the wallet, then it displays on the dashboard and all of that and all of that and all of that. As much as possible, as many information as possible should be in your acceptance criteria.
Okay,
But
so
on your user story, on your process map, you don't need, like, if you are doing high level process map, you don't need granular details, because the journey is for us to get when we say fund wallet, the journey is to credit that wallet, right? We want to fund the wallet. That's why we started that journey like this.
okay, so in this credit wallet, there are many scenarios that could play out in this credit wallet, which I will capture in my acceptance criteria.
Exactly. All the scenarios that you can think about.
Okay.
Yeah. Shanika raised her hand before and then dropped it. Do you still have a question or a
No,
comment?
the only thing I was saying is what you've already said is that those details would have been included if it was granular.
Yeah.
Perhaps, yeah, at low level. So that's fine. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Samuel?
Yes, I think what Nii is trying to say is that we should have a wallet displaying balance after the credit. After the credit wallet, that's before choosing the investment option, so we can see the available balance and the credit amount.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
I do understand, and that's what I explained. I don't know if you listen. What I was saying is we started from here, fund my wallet, right? That's where we
Yeah,
started from, Samuel. We said fund my wallet, right?
yeah.
So now the arrow is taking you through the journey of funding a wallet. So to fund your wallet, you select your payment option, blah, 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 enter the details, blah, 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 blah. And when it is successful, it credits your wallet. So this is high level, remember. This is high level. This is not your user story. This is not your acceptance criteria. This does not
Okay.
capture all the logic. It's high level. If it's low level, yes, you can go as granular as possible and say after credit wallet display dashboard. So it should be the system display dashboard, display balance. But we already started with fund wallets, so that's the goal, right? We already had that goal in mind, and say that's where we are starting from. Remember, that is the journey. That was where this journey started from. Fund my wallet. So it has credited the wallet. If it's not successful, there will be no crediting of your wallet in the first place.
Okay, thank you.
Right? If that journey isn't successful, there will be no credit of your wallet. But since it's already successful, your wallet has been credited, definitely you will receive, because the feature you started with is fund my wallet. And as soon as your wallet is credited, your feature, that fund wallet feature, you will see money there. Like as soon as you click on it, as soon as the amount is credited, you immediately see it on your wallet, because that's the menu that you are on, and that's the menu that we started with, and that's why there are so many arrows connecting. Yes. Shanika, Shamik.
It's fine.
Sham.
Me again. All right.
Yeah.
Just to clarify the purpose for the document. So this process map is what we're using with sort of external stakeholders, like people outside of the project. Is that it? So the user stories, acceptance criteria, and wireframe, we're using that kind of inside of the project environment, and then the process map, are we using that to show it to the stakeholders outside, like the customer, just to say this is how the project will turn out, or this is what we're doing. Is that the case?
Not necessarily. It can be the case, but not necessarily, because there are times that your stakeholders are internal stakeholders as well. They may not necessarily be outsiders.
Not external
So,
stakeholders as external to, I'm just saying external to the project
okay.
team, external to the, so we've got
Okay.
project team. So are we
Okay.
using this for the project team or for the customer, the
Yes.
process map?
Yes, you can use it for the project team because it does help. So this is like your documentation, because you're working in agile, right? You're working in an agile environment. So this is like a documentation that every member of your team can, it will be in your repository, your document repository, and every member of your team can go there and have a look and say, oh, okay, this is how the journey will come out. For your developers as well, it's very useful because they can go in and see how the journey is supposed to pan out. And if things are not going according to plan, they can easily retrace their steps. So it can be used for both internal and external, like external to the project. Yeah. The senior stakeholders and the stakeholders, the team. Yeah. Can be used for both. It doesn't necessarily have to be the
Customer.
business owners, all of those. Even your team can benefit, even the Scrum Master can benefit, because that's why it has to make sense to anybody that gets to see it. Do you get?
Yes. But why do we need both wireframe and the process map?
Okay. The wireframe is also a visual like the process map. However, the wireframe is more like a prototype than the process map. The process map is more of user journey. This is the user journey and how the user journey, how there's interaction between the system and the user. Also, the wireframe can do that, but it's more of a prototyping that is like a drawing, a sketch of this is how um this is so if you click on this kind of like, because there's some wireframes that you can design whereby it's clickable, it kind of give that feel of, oh, this is what the website will look like. So
Yeah.
they are called high fidelity wireframes. We have low fidelity wireframes, which balsamic and all of that. Right. So that even balsamic can be clickable, if you know how to connect it properly. So yeah, that's it. And the difference between them is that you can use process mapping for documentation, like documentation of uh, the entire team. The entire team, you can capture it at once. Like you can capture the entire journey of the product from beginning to the end. However, wireframe, you can't do that. You have to design based on each feature. Do you get? So for process map, you can capture the entire journey of the project. So from beginning to the end. And that's what we are trying to do with this. From beginning of the project to the end. Wireframe, you have to design based on each feature. You have to design each feature separately. We can't do that from beginning to the end. So most people tend to use process map for documentation of the entire system and keep it in their repository so that anybody can go there and look at it and understand what the entire project is about. Right? Yeah. Okay. Select preferred investment option. What do you don't do? Invest, right? And then we can own the project process. Invest or okay, select preferred investment. Let's go to the system. System displays. Let's do the system. System. What would the system do? I know you guys are very powerful. Sorry. Select preferred investment option. What does the system do? Don't be tired. Don't be tired. They're almost done.
Sorry, but I'm still not very satisfied or very convinced with this credit wallet and buying of investment. As a user, I can credit my account and still wait there. So I feel like I still need to make a decision between funding my account, funding my wallet, and buying an investment. I feel like I still need to take a decision.
That's valid. You can decide to. You can decide to make that decision and say, um, you can decide to make the decision and say, invest if you choose to.
So yes
And
or
I have
no.
question to ask, sir.
If you choose to invest, yeah.
Have people where
So
they do we know about app 9 days make contribution. This one no be in they give argument say
you can decide to we can decide to do that if we want to, and we can. So let's assume we are going with the happy path.
Wait, Bolu, can you make it bolder? Because it's not bolder. As in breathing things.
Is this better?
Yes, I think if you
Yes.
I think it has to do with the if you double click on the inside and then you click on the bold and then increase,
It's
I
already
think it
on
will affect.
36.
I don't know if it will affect it.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
just
will
make it
because I cannot move. I've already zoomed out. Let me see.
okay.
Is it better? Can you see? Can you see the
Yeah,
text?
yeah. I can see it now. Yes,
Mhm.
thank you.
Yeah. So me, as I was saying, we can do that. We can do the happy path on happy path. Yeah, 100%. That's right. We can decide to. So I just followed what somebody called out. You can decide to do that and put in. So if is let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, this is going to take it. It's too long. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay, but this is really showing it again. Okay, let's do this. Oh, no, I'm taking it again. Decision. Yeah. So this will be the decision. Navigate to investment page, right? What would the decision be?
So if I don't want to buy an investment plan, I might still just be trying to decide on my own and just
Yeah,
leave
but
money in the account.
it has to be something. What would this decision be called? So
Yeah, just
credit wallet.
get
Rather,
more
I
info.
leave the channel. I can also leave the channel
Navigate
if I
to
want.
Mhm.
navigate to investment page because you know the question. Navigate what is it? Navigate to investment page. Question. No. If it's a yes, if it's a yes, this is a yes. What's the select to help? Okay, we can do this. This is a yes. Select investment option. Right? And the system display investment. Okay. Browse investment option. Okay. I think this is correct. Yes. Navigate to investment page. Select investment option. Display investment option. What then happens? I think it's back to the user, right? Invest in preferred and then we can end the journey because that's what we wanted to achieve from the top. And this is also end. This actually will mean it like 50. Yeah, this can be earned. And yeah, if it's a no, yes, let's look for the no part. If it's a no, what happens? If it's a no, what happens?
Is a no for
Can
which one? Selecting investment.
navigate to investment page. So this is what we are doing yes and no for.
Yeah.
So it's a question, this is the decision. So we have the yes, we've done the yes, this is the happy part. If it's a no, what then happens?
Okay, from my experience and some people that worked in the financial sector. So if a customer decides that they're funding their account but still leaving the money in the account, so the system prompts the what's it called, and they give the person a call after 2 weeks to know why they've not funded their account and they've not paid for any investment despite funding their account. So I don't know how you want to structure that.
You can end it. You can end the journey because you are not investing. So you can come back another day and invest. It's not a
Yeah,
problem.
ideally, yeah.
That's it. That's it, guys. That's the journey. As much as this is a high level um high level process field, you can see how big it is, how big it ended up being. Alright. So that's it. Like process math can be very interesting and fascinating. But yeah, that's it. Like it really helps us to think about the users, think about what have we done before with like as a user, how have we interacted with the system before? And just think back and majorly, the thinking back end rather than front end as we would usually do. So normally you think front end as users, but now you are the one writing the what do they call it? The logic that the system will use to work. So you are thinking pattern. What will the user do? How will the user interact with the system? And yeah, when you have it, I hope this is there is something that I'm looking for a particular plan that I need to navigate through this thing and put it around. You really showed me tonight. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the journey. That's the journey. Any question? Any question? Answer. Any question there? I know we learned to do things. Any question? Any question? Any student? Silence means no. All right. Thank you all so much for tonight. Thank you for listening. So yeah, this is it. This is happening. This is process happening. So as long as you understand it, like think about your project, think about the user, what else your stakeholder dealing with, and try to map out the process. Like what would the journey be like? And then you can use it as a sign off tool and say, oh, yeah, I mapped this out. Do you think this is how this entire journey will go? Um, I mean, talk the user through your stakeholders through and say, oh, yeah, this is this. These are my thoughts based on the requirement I got from you. And then get your feedback and side off. And yeah, that's it. Any
Please,
final
can I ask a
comment?
question?
Yes, please, you can.
Okay, so what part of the user story goes into the this process flow? Is it the acceptance criteria or the description itself?
Okay, interesting question. When you have your process map, it's easier to write your user story and acceptance criteria. Actually, way easier. It makes your life really easy because now you can see the user journey in display. But it isn't. You don't use user story and acceptance criteria to draw your process map. You use your process map to write your user story and acceptance criteria. Do you understand? However, for your acceptance, if you do a high level process map, in your acceptance criteria, you have to expand it. You have to really talk about the logic because this is high level. We're not adding the granular details into the high level process map. Your acceptance criteria is granular, is very, very to the minute because this is what the developers we use to develop. This is what the QAs we use to test. So it has to be as minute as possible to help
Thank you for that. So does that now mean that in say for instance we have another project, because for this one we've already gone through we've been taught to go from project requirements to writing the user story and then wireframe. If we were to do it all over again, would it be advised that we go first to the process map, which gives us a good understanding of the customer journey, to now use that to write the user story?
I don't think it affects it, to be honest. I don't think it affects it because you can start a project without a process map. You don't necessarily, you can start a project without a process map, but you cannot start a project without the user story or acceptance criteria. So it doesn't affect it. It just helps you. It's not, they are mutually exclusive, if you get what I mean. They are not, you don't necessarily have to have your process map before you can write your user story. You don't need to have the user story before you can write your process map. They are not dependent. However, if you have your process map, it really does help. It gives you like a direct, oh, now I have the user journey map. Interesting. So I can use that as because there are times that when you're writing your acceptance criteria or your user stories and acceptance criteria, you can get stuck. And then you can easily glance through your process map and it makes it easier. That's just what it is. It's not, they are mutually exclusive. If you get what I mean, like.
Yes, I do. Which brings me to hope my final question tonight. Leading on to, there was someone who asked the question about wireframe and the process map. Now, the process map, who gets to use it? Because it's my own understanding thus far that once we write the user story and it's being approved, and then the wireframe is also included, it goes on to the developer. So at what point, or is this customer journey just for my own keep, or is there any other team, any other team in the project team that does get to use the process map?
Okay. Yes. So like I said, it's good for documentation within your repository, and anybody on your project team can go to your document repository and check and see what your project is about. For example, if you're working as a BA, you're a contractor, or you're working as a BA on a project and you have to leave. Remember that you're working in Agile, that is document light, right? Not everybody will be able to, and we're using thousands of user story and acceptance criteria or thousands of features, right?
Yes.
Thousands of features, thousands of epic features, user stories. It's not easy for anybody to go to your backlog and start searching through all of that to understand the project. But if you have a process map, they can easily go there and check the process map in one glance and understand what the project is about.
Okay.
So it's good for the team. It's like your documentation. This is like the documentation that you've put together that anybody that comes across it can understand what the project is about in one glance. Wireframe, you can only design one feature at a time.
Okay.
Process map, you can capture all the features at once. That's the good thing about it. And it helps. It helps for documentation purpose. You can keep it in your document repository. Every member of your team can go there. You can present it to external stakeholders, internal stakeholders, any of the stakeholders. You can present it to them and say, oh yeah, this is what this is about. And at a glance, anybody can just say, oh, now it makes sense. This is what this project is about. Yeah. So that's the whole idea. That's the good thing about process map. Anybody can use it. Even your developer can go to the backlog and say, maybe your developer got stuck and say, oh, I don't know. The developer can easily go and say, oh, this is the user journey. Oh, okay, I can easily design this before this. Oh, I need to do this then. Oh, okay, maybe I will redesign what I've designed before and all of. So it's very useful to every member of the team.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. I think Larry raised his hand before.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make clarifications on his question, but you seem to have answered it perfectly. Also, I wanted to ask my question. Does every, should I say, okay, this is like, let's say the interface for the user signing up and everything. Is it that every epic like has its own, like every epic has its own process map? I don't know
Mm.
if you get.
But this was not for sign up. Oh. Damilare, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's for the entire journey up until when you do your investment. Were you here when we did the what was that topic? User story and acceptance criteria. Also write user story and acceptance criteria.
No,
Were you here?
no.
Okay. So on that day, we came up with a particular project, which is a money management app. And that money management app, we talked about funding and all of that and like that. So what what is a money management app for? To do investment, right? You want to invest your money and you want to see it. So that's the journey we're going through. We're going to sign up, and after sign up, we funded our wallet, and after funding our wallet, we proceeded to do our investment on the app, and then we did Happy Path on Happy Path like that. That's the decision.
Okay.
Some people create process map like that. Like some people create process map feature based, but it's incorrect. Process map isn't wireframe. Some people do it. I don't enjoy doing it. It's not necessarily incorrect. It's not incorrect, but I don't necessarily enjoy doing it because I believe that process map is supposed to capture the entire journey, the entire user journey. So yeah. Um okay. I should.
Hi, just a quick one. Apart from Miro, what are some of the other apps used to do process mapping in the project environment?
Yes, thank you so much for that. Okay, yeah. There is Visio, which I love so much. I love Visio so much, so much. There is Lucy Chat. Um, there is Draw.io. Which other one? On Figma, there is Flowchart. Like there's a yeah. So there are many of them, and there are some that I don't know that are new that have come up. But Visio is very common. Visio is very common. Miro is also very common. Lucy Chat. Those are common ones. But Visio is most organizations that can pay for it because it's expensive do pay for it. Yeah, it's licensed. I can show you. Let me just pull up a video for you guys so that you see. Uh,
Yeah.
mm, yeah. Mm, yes, um,
While
um,
you're doing that, can I just ask an additional question?
yes,
Now,
please. This
we
is interesting. Yeah.
so so my team, we are trying
Mm-hmm.
to have a meeting where we can have mentors talk to us about the end-to-end process or end-to-end activities of a project, so that we can have a very more like having a bird's eye view. So with that in mind, my question is, for a BA, at what point would you advise that I draw my process map?
As early as you can. Okay, good.
Sorry?
Mhm. as early as you can in your project. Okay. Yeah, as early as you can in your project, to be honest. Because the reason is, for example, if you get your requirement, right? You've gotten your requirement, um, your you have all the requirement that you need. They've given you an overview of what you're supposed to do. What is this phone again? Sorry, let me just. I thought I. So they're giving you an overview of what you're supposed to do, right? And then you can draw your process now because you can always version it. You can always say version 1, version 2, version 10, even version 10. You keep updating, you keep correcting, you keep correcting whatever it is that you want to fix. So you can draw it as early as possible. I'm trying to look for a good don't know why it's now opening on this year. This one is a very good one, but it's not opening on. Okay, you can zoom in. Yeah, yep. So this is what video looks like. This is a process map that was done on video. Can see this is high level. This is high level. This is a high level. So as soon as you get your requirement, you can draw your process map. You can draw your process map as soon as you get your requirement. So it does not necessarily have to be at the end or in the middle or whatever. So this is a low level, let me zoom in. This is a low level process map, and this is what I was trying to show you. You see these boxes? This. Yeah, see these boxes. That's it. Yeah, it signifies that it's flowing from is a continuation of whatever this feature is. Yeah. So that's it. Like this is what visual looks like. This is what it looks like. Mm, Microsoft they got okay, let me see. I think I have one. This one is very simple. Yeah, it's complex. Yeah. Well, this one is a feature the project map feature. Very simple. But yeah, this is what visual looks like. It's always licensed. Once you've done you've done it right. I mean, depending, it does not expire. The search is not bought. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is it. Revision. Mm, that's it. Any other question? Okay.
Minimum. At the barest minimum, you must have the user stories and acceptance criteria. But additionally, if you provide like process map, wireframes, you provide more information for developers.
Mm, yeah, I don't. The barest minimum is when you say barest minimum, at least is the crux of the matter. That's what I'm trying to say. You get it's not the bare. user story and acceptance criteria isn't the barest minimum, like it's the crux of the entire matter. Because without it, there can be no project. So that's the reason I'm saying that barest minimum might not, you get, is not, but it's the most important. Without it, you can do without wireframe and process map, but you cannot do without user story and acceptance criteria. It's too important. So it's not the that's where I'm having conflict. Like when you say barest minimum, it's not, it's the crux. These ones, process map, because wireframe, a developer can do without it. You can develop without it, but without user story and acceptance, there's no project. No, you can't have a project. Yeah. What's happening to my system? Okay. I hope that answers your question. Abimbola.
Wow. Yes, Bulu, thank you so much for this teaching and sorry for your presentation. And I think for me, what I'm taking away from here from this meeting, because when you were doing the wireframing and also the importance, it's for maybe for a business analyst to be able um, to be able to present to stakeholders. It's easier because as you were just talking, I just remembered I had something to present to my stakeholders. I quickly did a process map, although I used AI, and it gave me something. I mean, it gave me a way of presenting it. Is a high level one, and it gives me a way of presenting it easily for us. It gives a view of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So I think that's what, for me, that's what process map can do for us as beings, helping us to be able to, when you're presenting or you're talking about, maybe the reporting of what you've done to a stakeholder, having a process map gives it shows is a pictorial representation of what you're trying to tell the stakeholder, and the stakeholder also will be able to have a view of what you are saying, and it will be, the flow will be better when you're explaining things to the stakeholder.
Yeah. That's the long and short of it, yes. Yeah. It's such a great documentation tool, to be honest. Such a great documentation tool for anyone working on your project or working alongside you, in case you leave and somebody wants to understand what you have done.